Happy to have you
Morning.
with us. Long time.
Hi, good morning, everyone. It's good to be with you. And thank you, James, for the invitation. It's absolutely nice to see all those bright faces in the morning.
Thank you, Rudy.
Thank you. Any announcements? We don't want to waste the time before we start hearing our guests.
I didn't come to make an announcement, but I'll make a quick one. Our annual speaker series event is coming up on April the 5th. And this is the 6th or 7th version of it. I've been to your club previously to talk about the speaker series. And this year is going to be virtual as it was last year. The topic is responsible urban growth. And we have a panel pretty much finalized now. It's going to be moderated by Steve Paikin from TV Ontario, and will include a planner from a group called Dream in Toronto by the name of Pino Damasio. You haven't heard of him probably, but it'll also include Tim Hudak, who is former head of the PC Party of Ontario and is now president of OREA, the Ontario Real Estate Association. Marianne Mead Ward from Burlington, the mayor of Burlington. And we're looking for a fourth panelist to represent municipalities and their planning process. Not surprisingly, we've struck out on that a couple of times. I guess people are a little concerned about how the conversation might go, but we're very confident with Steve Paikin as the moderator that he'll keep it on the straight and narrow. So anyway, April 5th at about 7 p.m. Admission is free, and I think there'll be some pithy conversation about things that are close to all of us around responsible urban growth.
Hi, George, it's Bruce. Is that on your website?
Good question. It should be, but I'll
Good.
double check that.
Good. Sounds very interesting. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that.
Okay, so James.
Okay, thank you, Cal. I just want to thank, first I just want to thank Bruce Norman and Mary Cardamone, who are not, Mary's not on this morning, but I want to thank Bruce for allowing me to welcome 5 Special Olympic athletes this morning from all across Ontario, and for letting me have them as our keynote speakers this morning. Normally we would just have 1 keynote speaker, but this is a very special treat. We get to have 5. So thanks, Bruce, for letting me do this. I want to do a very warm welcome to Pratima Batt from the Special Olympics head office, who looks after the South Central District for Special Olympics Ontario.
Thank you for the invitation, James. Thank you. Happy to be
welcome.
here.
You're welcome. I'm glad to have you. And Glenn, Glenn's the president of and CEO of Special Olympics Ontario, so I'm very happy to have him as well here.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
Each athlete will speak for 2 to 3 minutes, and then there will be a short Q&A session. So we're going to start with BJ Hall, but before I do that, I just want to introduce and welcome each of the athletes that are here. So we got BJ Hall from Milton, Candace Moroso from Burlington, Liam Panziera from London, Erica Machtinger from Toronto, and Melanie from Ottawa. Between Melanie and Liam, they're the furthest away from Oakville, so I'm very happy to extend their invitations to coming this morning to speak with you. So yes, we're going to start with BJ Hall from Milton, and BJ also has his mom, Pat, nearby supporting him. Go ahead, BJ.
Thank you, James. Hi, everyone. My name is BJ Hall. I've been with Special Olympics Ontario for 25 years. I play golf, basketball, and curling. I have been to the provincial games for basketball, curling, floor hockey, golf, and softball, and national games for curling and golf. I have been to Special Olympics North America, or SONA for short, games for golf, and silver, gold and silver medal. Hopefully this will start again. I can continue to participate at my driving range. I like to help coach our camp we run to people with disabilities, and hope to get my level 1 teaching certificate so I can continue to teach more. My other hobbies are fishing, watching wrestling, and cooking, which I get to do in one of my part-time jobs by working at the Lunchbox Cafe. My other job is working at the driving range in the summertime. When I have spare time, I like to volunteer for Special Olympic events and Knights of Columbus when they need help. I'll show my medals. Okay, so the first one I'm gonna show you guys is, this is my medal from the National Games in Antigonish. Well, it was the 50th anniversary. And that was for golf. And then I have one more. And this is the SONA, Special Olympics North America. And this is when I went to Nashville. I came home with a gold medal.
That's great.
Thank you.
Well done.
That's great. Thanks, BJ. Next, we will hear
Thank you,
from
BJ.
Candace, who is joined by her mom, Denise, and her dad, Gary.
Everyone,
Morning.
morning. Thank you. Dennis?
Right.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Candace Moroso. I've been a part of Special Olympics Burlington for about 10 years now. I currently participate in rhythmic gymnastics and basketball. And in the spring, I will play soccer and track and field. I've been a junior coach for swimming, and I've also been a junior coach for the Active Start program for young kids with special needs. I've really enjoyed being a part of Special Olympics because I have had some amazing coaches along the way. I've met some great friends too. My friends and I support each other and cheer each other on. Because of Special Olympics, I feel that I belong to a community that we are all there for one another. I enjoy playing sports because it keeps me active and I get to play sports that I love. All of the coaches are great because they push us to be ourselves and tell us to never give up. I am so thankful for all the coaches and volunteers who have coached me. Because of them, I believe in myself. Thank you.
Well done. Candace, you want to show me?
I would also like to show some medals.
That was from the spring games.
This medal right here is from the spring games
For
rhythmic gymnastics. This one is for the Oakville basketball tournament in Oakville. This one is for Burlington hometown games for soccer. And this one is the gold for the spring game. For rhythmic gymnastics. I also went to provincials and won a medal too.
Well done.
Thank you.
Thanks, Candace.
Yeah.
Next, we will go to Liam in London. Liam is joined by his mom, Lucille, and his dad, Neil.
Morning, James. Good morning,
James.
everyone.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Oh, and I should say that John is here from Special Olympics London as well, who does, is it alpine skiing that you do with Liam, or?
That's my co-chair. No, I'm the community coordinator for Special
Okay.
Olympics London.
Okay, that's great. Well, it's good to have you.
Okay.
Go ahead, Liam.
James, my name is Liam Panziera. I am from London and I am almost 25 years old. I live with my parents and my 3 younger brothers, Darcy, Brendan, and Ronan. My mom is Lucille. My dad is Neil. They are right here with me. My brothers play a lot of sports. I also play a lot of sports, and some are with Special Olympics. I do golf, swimming, skiing, bowling, and basketball, and even sports on Zoom, such as weightlifting. I went to Brentford, Sarnia, and Kitchener with the swim team. I went to Collingwood with the ski team. And I have golfed on many golf courses in London, Stratford, and Caledon with my golf team. Right now, I am back on the hills skiing and will start bowling this week. I can't wait. One of my favorite sports is golf. During the summer, I golf almost every day with my neighbor Bill. He's an awesome man to golf with. I'm getting ready for the next Special Olympics qualifier. Before the pandemic, I played in the provincials in Caledon. My brother Darcy was my caddy, and I had my family with me that weekend. I missed the Nationals by 1 stroke, but it was still fun. We stayed together and traveled together as a team. I am grateful to Special Olympics for giving me lots of sports to play and enjoy. I love seeing my coaches and teammates and look forward to all my events. The Zoom activities and meetings have been great, but I love being back in person.
Yeah, we all do.
Here are some of the medals I have won. From Special Olympics, swimming, swimming.
Good lad.
Thank you, James, for including me in so many fun Oakville Special Olympics activities, such as movies, bingo, plus dancing, cooking, and so much more.
Great.
I have met so many new people. I have won prizes and 10 cards, and I love getting them and the mayor from James.
Hmm.
Thank you for inviting me today to your meeting. I just love this. I just love it.
Good for you. Good for you.
I hope I let everyone know how awesome Special Olympics is. Thank you, James.
Thank you, Liam. That was
Well done, Liam.
amazing.
Good.
You should really see this guy dance. It's quite amazing.
Yeah, I'm a great
I can witness
Imagine.
that. I can witness that. I've seen him dance, so he's a good dancer.
I promise you.
Okay, thanks, Liam. We'll move on to Erica, and Erica is joined with her mom, Nancy. Go ahead, Erica.
Hi, guys. My name is Erica Machtinger, and I'm from Toronto, Ontario. I've been involved in Special Olympics since 2013. I got involved in Special Olympics because I had friends on the swim and track teams. I've been with my track team since 2019, and my swim team for 7 years. I was supposed to go to provincials for the first time ever for swimming in May 2020, but COVID, it was canceled because of COVID. I've been active every day by doing exercise and eating healthy. I also sit on the Athlete Leadership Council and represent the GTA district. Through Special Olympics, and especially this pandemic, I've made friends who only don't live in Ontario, but across Canada. I also love the social part of Special Olympics, and I'm a peer mentor to athletes. I'm also involved in Motion Ball, which is a national non-for-profit organization.
Good for you.
Thanks.
That's great, Erica. Thank you.
Thanks.
And lastly, and certainly not least, we're going to hear from Melanie, who's all the way out in Ottawa. And is your mom, Catherine, here as well?
Yeah, yes, my mom is here. My mom just can't function without coffee, so she's right next to me and is having her coffee. I'll let her shout out hi very quick.
We can all relate to
Shout out
that.
hi very quickly here.
Oh, God. Good for
Go
you.
ahead,
girl.
go ahead, Melanie.
Oh, Melanie.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. First of all, I want to make sure everybody at Special Olympics is giving themselves a major pat on the back for inviting all of us athletes this morning, because if you're not, I'm going to take the next train from Ottawa down to Toronto and in the greater Toronto area and make sure everybody's getting endless thank you cards and bouquets of flowers, and I'm not taking no for an answer. So please pat yourselves on the back before I get started, please. Good morning, everybody. Bonjour à tous et à toutes. My name is Melanie Héroux. I am an athlete from Ottawa, Ontario. I compete in swimming, bowling, and volleyball, in addition to being heavily active and involved in the Athlete Leadership Program, as well as in the French language / francophone community here in Ottawa. Je m'appelle Melanie Héroux et je suis un athlète olympique spéciaux où je compétitionne en natation, au quilles et au volleyball. En plus de faire partie du programme d'ambassadeur et de porte-parole pour les Olympiques spéciaux, I've sat on many, many different councils and committees. And outside of Special Olympics, I actually am a board of directors member for the Quebec Spina Bifida and Hydrocephalus Association. I have been competing in the Special Olympics since the age of 13 and have had the honor and privilege of competing at both the provincial and national levels, bringing home lots of medals, which I am wearing some of them today. Some are from provincials, some are from virtual games with Quebec, some are from bowling provincial championships, and some are from the national games in British Columbia. And I can assure everybody right now, I've won so many medals, I have no more room to hang up stuff. I have had the honor and privilege of attending and participating in many, many local fundraisers for Special Olympics here in Ottawa, such as store openings, law enforcement torch run, as well as the polar plunge, in addition to helping with the development of the Gatineau chapter of Special Olympics. Special Olympics has really, really, truly allowed me to grow and expand my levels of self-esteem and confidence to levels absolutely otherwise impossible to reach. My mom can witness that firsthand. My mom sees how much more happier I am. My mom sees stuff she's never thought would be possible for me. One of the major kudos I'll give to Special Olympics is the cooking lessons. I, for one, hesitate on using the stove a great deal and a great amount. But now, thanks to Special Olympics, I'm able to use the stove at a much greater level of confidence.
Good.
Sports have been such a big, huge part of my life and have allowed me to greatly and hugely expand my network of friends throughout the Special Olympics movement, including several connections with my friends and fellow athletes from Gatineau and everywhere over the province of Quebec, all over Quebec. And when I am not busy swimming or doing any of my sports activities with Special Olympics, I swim with the Carleton University Masters 3 times a week. I am really honored to be among you all tonight. It's a true honor for me to be able to show and participate with you this morning, and I look forward to a great session. Thank you for having me. Merci de me laisser la chance d'être parmi vous ce matin, et je vous souhaite une bonne rencontre.
Hello.
Thank you so much, Melanie. Melanie is so fluent in French. It's so great to have this morning. So thank you so much. I want to thank all the athletes who take time to speak with us today. Now I'm going to open it up to the floor for a short Q&A session. Members of Rotary, do you have any questions for our special guest?
They've taken my breath away. I don't know where to start. Gee. Obviously, Special Olympics takes up a lot of your life. What else do you do other than Special Olympics? Anybody can jump in.
I like to color and also do cooking with friends on Zoom, and what else? Just go see movies with friends, and just do social Zoom sessions and stuff. I mean, I'm getting Zoom fatigue, but things are slowly opening up, so things will be a bit better now. But yeah, besides sports, I train on my own as well. Exercise 5 times a week. I'm training with my team on Mondays, and then I do other exercises during the week.
And I also do regular golf and curling also besides Special Olympics. Well, I'm very competitive myself.
Good for you.
Okay, I have a question. I know Glenn is on the line, and remind him that we worked together 25 years ago, Glenn, on the 1998 Spring Games in Oakville and Burlington. Was pretty awesome. I'm just wondering when the next provincial games are possible with the COVID. Has that gone into the planning at all? Is Glenn still there?
Glenn, you're on mute.
Yeah, you're on mute.
I just muted. Great to see you, and thanks for having us all here today. We're in the early planning. Let's put it this way. We expect that we'll probably be about a year if things open up the way we hope it will. Right, Erica, and everybody on the phone. We're quite enthusiastic about that. But I think that the reality is that we're probably at least a year away from a provincial games, because it's just the sheer numbers of it. But the good news is that the games that were mentioned, the games that were shuttered in Kitchener-Waterloo, are still there's still enthusiasm in that community, and as we sort of peer out, the reality is that the most important things we want to get back into our programs, and as we've heard the great enthusiasm from the athletes, is that on the ground, and any of us that are around sport recognize that things are just beginning to open up. So using schools, et cetera, for basketball practices, et cetera, are still, in disarray, if you will, across the province. But things are beginning to open up. So most of our winter activities are opening. And, as we look towards the spring, when we can get outside for sports like athletics and soccer, the expectation and hope is that will come back. And And really, I think the first thing is get the programs open. The second thing is to get, smaller competitions, tournaments being organized across the province to get ourselves back at it, because it's hard to believe that it's been 2 years of this. But yes, we are looking forward to getting back at it, aren't we, athletes?
Yep. And Glenn, on that, would you start with like golf, bocce, track and field and that first to qualify, or?
I think we'll be, BJ, I think we'll be a little bit of ways from before we get into the, how do we move to the next level of a competition? First thing is we get some of those competitions open. But yes, I think the summer and the spring sports will be the ones that we'll see competitions in first.
Okay.
I have a question for the athletes, it's Bruce. The Special Olympics is just terrific in terms of connecting with new people and other athletes, and it's taken you all over the place. What are some of the locations? Have you been out of the province, or is it? Could you give me an idea of how far your travels have taken you?
I haven't been, oh, sorry. Go ahead, BJ.
Melanie.
Oh.
Melanie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just before I answer that question, I wanted to add a little comment to one of the previous questions that was asked. When I am not busy training or competing, some of my biggest interests include plane watching, and I also have a big affinity for emergency vehicles. Regardless if they're not involved with any torture and stuff, I just like to see emergency vehicles generally and overall. But for this question here, I have gone to nationals in 2014 in Vancouver, British Columbia. And for me, this was particularly exciting because whether or not I had made the games, my family and I were already headed out to British Columbia, as I have family who live in the area. My grandparents live in Kelowna. So we were already headed out to BC because my grandparents were both celebrating their 90th birthdays at the time. So what's a better birthday present than being selected to go to Vancouver and bringing home 5 bronze medals in front of your grandparents celebrating their 90th birthday. And I would like to edit a little note. I have lost my grandmother just a week before Christmas.
Okay, and I have done some traveling myself. I've been to Port St. Lucie, Florida, Seattle, Washington, and Nashville, Tennessee.
Well done.
I especially like Nashville because I actually had a chance to stand on the Grand Ole Opry stage, which was a lot of fun.
Hey, it's great, isn't it? Hey, what a city, eh?
Yeah.
Did you dance or sing, BJ?
No, it was just a tour. But my mom and I were up there, able to have our hands on the mic.
My God.
Yeah, perfect.
A lot of fun.
Yeah,
a lot of
quite
fun.
an experience, but it was
I can imagine.
very fun.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go to provincials in Waterloo in 2020, but COVID's made me have now friends not only in Ontario but across Canada, which I would have met if it wasn't for COVID. So I guess it's kind of a good reason this happened because I would have maybe have had interactions with them if the athletes or met them. But now I have like friends out east and out west, so I've got to now travel when things are better. So yeah, I keep in touch with them, and it's really nice that I met these athletes as well.
Wonderful.
Awesome.
That's super. Yeah. That's great. Wow.
One door closes, another one opens.
Exactly.
Anyone else?
Question. It's Greg, James. Thanks.
Go ahead, Greg.
Liam mentioned that he still had fun in a couple of those races, and I wondered from the participants which of the sports they enjoy the most, which is the one that they do. I know Erica was talking about her cooking, and so was Melanie. But what is it that in their sports, in their Olympics, that they prefer or enjoy the most, they get the most fun out of?
Liam, do you want to take that one? We haven't heard from you.
So for me, I like golfing all the time. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
Good person, sir.
Yeah, that's good.
Same with me. I'm a golfer myself.
I know, BJ would say
I like getting better at my like strokes and my times, beating against other people and myself. And for track, I hope to have the spring to get better at track because I just started in 2019. I didn't really have a track year for the last 2 years.
Good.
That's awesome.
Someone else? Any other members?
I enjoy all my sports, but I especially love basketball because, like, the teamwork that we have is great. The defense that we have is really good. And whenever we play a team, we try our hardest to be good on defense and block the shot. So we're a team that comes together.
Good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
Anyone else for questions? No.
Pretty amazing. Thank you, James, for organizing this, and thank you, Olympians. It's amazing, and all your support people, your family is there, and the staff from OSO. Awesome.
Thank you for having us this morning. Really appreciate it.
Yes, thanks for having us.
Before you go, I just want to let you know the athletes anyway. So I want to let you know that thanks to Mark Dauber, who's our treasurer for Rotary, has graciously sponsored a certificate in your name. In Rotary, we donate. We immunize 20 children against polio, our Polio Plus program. And so each of you will be receiving a certificate, and we have donated towards 20 children for against Polio Plus
Wow.
in your name. So I have the paper certificates with me, but I also have actual Canada Post folders that you'll be getting in the mail in the next coming days.
Thank you so much.
So before we depart with our special guest, I just want to grab a photo so that I can get this up on social media, and I know Pratima, you're probably going to do the same.
Yeah, but I wanted to say thank you, James, first for organizing and making mornings so beautiful on this winter day, warm and happy, and all those beautiful thoughts that you guys shared. And thank you, Rotary Club, for always supporting Special Olympics and encouraging all our athletes. So thank you so much for all your support.
Well said, Pratima.
Thank
you. For all the Rotarians on the phone, your support is deeply appreciated. And I think, Oakville, Burlington native, Dr. Frank Hayden, who many of you likely know, we're just so proud and pleased to have you taking this effort this morning to allow our athletes to chat a little bit in regards to their enthusiasm for sport and knowing that people in the community like yourselves are going to help us get back as we get robust back into our programs, right, guys?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
hear that. So everybody say cheers and we'll take a picture. Cheers. Nice.
Hold those medals up. Yeah.
Yeah, hold those medals up. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, here we go.
Wow.
Thank you so much, guys. That was amazing morning.
Thank you for uplifting our morning.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm so glad I got up this morning.
Thanks, everyone.
No, it really was. It was
Probably a
Thank you
bit
so much for such a
early.
great opportunity.
Yeah.
Probably earlier than you
Good luck,
guys
everybody.
usually get up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks to all the parents who joined in. Thanks,
Indeed,
parents.
yeah. Thanks for all the
Yeah.
support. we
Thank
get.
you.
And good luck
Cheers,
to all
guys.
Thanks,
James.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Have a good night. Have a good day, everybody.
Yeah, have a good day. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
James, in the mean for everybody now. I don't touch it.
James, that was
Well done.
incredible.
Thank you,
James,
James.
there's no surprise that you know so many people, and you just magnificent the way you chaired that, invited them. They're all interesting stories, and boy, oh boy, were you a great sergeant at arms and chair of that meeting. Well done.
Well done, James.
Thank you.
Yeah, terrific, James.